Hey, lig je lekker? Lig je lekker? Good morning. I don't know what that was. I have to talk to you. But before I do so, I'm gonna make myself some herbal tea. I just put it in the pot and cook it with the herbs. I took this with me from my vacation to Crete, and it smells so good. It's so beautiful. Look at this. That's gorgeous. She's purring. Where to begin? My thesis is not going well. It's been, I think, more than a year since I've started working on it. And at this point, I'm ready to just throw in the towel and quit. I know that that's not an option. Like, I'm too close to finishing this master. Like, everything is done except for the thesis. In terms of credits, I am 3/4 of the way in because the thesis is 30 European credits. I have been struggling for a while. I think in my first thesis vlog, I talked about my writer's block that I then sort of overcame to write a chapter. But the feedback that I got to this chapter wasn't great. It sucked. The chapter wasn't good. There was too much in it that shouldn't have been in it. For a reader, it wasn't understandable enough. I made too many jumps that are clear for me, that aren't clear for the reader. Sushi. And recently I reached out to my tutor, who has been my tutor ever since I started the masters. At the beginning of the masters, we got assigned one of the staff members as a one-on-one tutor that we can have conversations with about our study progress and about any stuff that comes up in your studies. Yesterday I wrote her an email basically saying, this isn't working, there needs to be a change or I won't finish this thesis. Something has to change. This is not any fault of my supervisor. She's been amazing, she's been great. I do not see where it's going. There are too many assumptions that I have. There are too many opinions, personal experience that I have. And this can be a good thing, but it can also mean that, in Dutch we say, door de bomen het bos niet meer zien. So that you get too caught up in these things, in these details, so that you kind of forget the bigger picture. You don't see the bigger picture anymore. I know this is part of every thesis process, and I'm not immune to struggles like this. I was talking with my sister this morning over the phone, and I was like, I just want to read a book. Okay, what do I want to read? Maybe I want to read a philosophy book, something totally different than what I'm doing right now. And maybe this is a sense of escapism. Maybe this is a case of being stuck and just desperately wanting to do anything but the thing that you're stuck with. But then I was thinking maybe I need to switch topic. And this is a very drastic thing to do a year into the thesis process. I feel so lost right now in this topic, and I feel like I can't get my argument straight, which is a hard thing to admit, especially on the channel that was supposed to like document my thesis progress. Why not just document this very tough part of the process? I wanted to work on my thesis today, just like I wanted to work on my thesis yesterday. Yesterday I ended up not working on the thesis. Today I felt this big, I want to do anything, everything but work on this thesis. And then I started thinking about switching topics. And then all of a sudden, I got this new energy in me, this new excitement just to read some other papers and to delve into another topic. One that is maybe that suits me more. Like I think I do well with the topics that are like less close to home, like less that I have less personal affinity with, but that I can really engage with analytically. I think this has been the case for my bachelor thesis, which went very well. I had less of a personal affinity with the topic, but I thought it was very, very interesting. And it had to do with ethics nonetheless. It was more meta-ethical. But I could really engage analytically with this. I am writing about delusional beliefs and competence. And this is very close to home because my dad had an experience a couple of years ago where he was very delusional. He was very ill in the hospital, and when he woke up, he had a delirious episode, and he was very confused, and he could not make decisions for himself because the decisions that he made were just, get me out of here, I want to go home, get me out of here. But he was too sick for that. So this topic is very personal to me because I have very strong experiences involving this topic, involving competence, involving delusions. And I think this makes it very difficult for me to engage with it academically, at least for now. Maybe for a PhD, maybe in a couple of years I am ready to engage with this topic philosophically, but right now I feel like I just cannot do it. It's just too much. There's too much where my interest is too broad, my interest is too deep. I cannot just take a step back and say oh, I'm gonna refute this argument in such and such way, because for me it's too big. Maybe I just have to do something else. It can be a good thing. Maybe it's on paper it's a setback, but I'm used to this. In my life I have had several moments, academically I've had several moments where I just made a 180 turn. I went from art school to philosophy. I went from one high school to another high school because this school wasn't right for me anymore. I am used to making drastic changes in order to move forward, and I don't care if this sets me back another months, half a year, because I am sure that I am able to do this. Maybe with another topic, maybe this means another supervisor, but that's okay. What I said, it's not personal. It's not them, it's me.